Hello, students. Yes. So today we shall look upon the remaining features or the characteristics of investment. So the third one is the safety. It talks about safety. Again, safety is another feature where the investor desires for his investments. No matter what, I know the investor or the industry is taking the risk, equal return, everything fine. But what is the safety? What is the guarantee that he or she has that whether she'll be or he'll be able to get his or her investment back? Whether he or she will be able to get the return on the investment what they have made, right? So it's nothing but the safety implies the certainty of the return of capital. There is a certainty, like without loss of money or the time, along with the money even the time, because we have the concept called time value of money. These two things both goes hand in hand. So it states about the certainty of return that the person, the individual, is going to get on his capital invested, right? And the basic thing, the investor, each and every investor always expects to get back his capital on maturity without any kind of loss or even without any delay. Clear? So safety is something which talks about the protection of investors, the principal amount and the expected rate of return which is attached to the investment he has made. Is it clear? All right. Next point is the next feature is a liquidity. What is liquidity? See, liquidity, as I told you, where you can easily convert the assets into cash. This is nothing but the current assets, right? So what does it mean from investment viewpoint? See, an investment is something which is easily saleable, which you can easily sell, or which is marketable without loss of money plus without loss of time. Fine, that talks about the liquidity. It is nothing but how you will be able to what to say, realize your investment very easily, and where you can sell and where it is marketable too. Fine, when the liquidity is high, then the return may also be low. Fine, if I have to give the example, UTI units, if we talk about, see there the investor generally prefers liquidity for the investments, the safety of funds through a minimum risk, and what's the one more objective? It is maximization of return from the investment. Always it looks for the minimum risk that I have to take out of the investment, then a maximization, that is maximizing of return from the investment that I have made. This talks about the liquidity. Clear? The next thing, it is the marketability. What is marketability? In simple basic terms, you all know that it is all about buying and selling of goods and services. As a basic meaning, marketability. Whereas marketability in terms of investment management, it talks about buying and selling of securities, fine, in the market. Students, I have to tell you one thing. Share, what you need to understand, what's the difference between a share and a stock. If I tell you guys what is stock, you always tend to say me, stock is nothing but an inventory. Of course, that's right, inventories in terms of accounts, but in terms of finance, what is stock? Stock is nothing but a group of shares, right? A group of shares collectively is known as stock. A share is a one single component, a single capital. It's a share capital of the organization. A bunch of shares will give your stock. Please be very very clear with this particular term. Fine. So marketability speaks upon buying and selling of the securities in the market. Fine. Next, it also talks about the transferability or the saleability of an asset. Fine. So the securities listed in a stock market, which are easily marketable, then which are non-listed, are very very important. Non-listed, I'm talking about the SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. This is a kind of regulatory board which is going to monitor all the trading, the transactions of the securities in the market of buying and selling, which is nothing but trading of the securities. activities. Trading, it includes buying and selling. All right, so that is very very important. So, and one point you have to understand here is that public limited companies shares are more easily transferable, right, than those of private limited companies. There are certain pros and cons when compared to the public as well as private company, then the listed companies under SEBI and non-listed companies as well. Clear? Well, the next point is on capital growth. So what is capital growth? What do you mean by capital? Capital is nothing but the investment, the outlay, what you have invested, the initial investment, right? So how it is going to have a growth? It's nothing but, see, it all depends upon the industry growth, the economy. When we studied from economy sense, we understood that it's from industry viewpoint, and the capital growth, it refers to the appreciation of investment, right? Appreciation is nothing but the increase in the value of the capital. Example, your land and building, it can be. If you go for purchasing, if you want to invest on a land and building, obviously it is subject to the appreciation. In the future, after 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, you can see the rise in the value, right? There will be an increase in the value. If you have bought it today for 10 lakh, I'm just giving you a the simple example. After 2 years or 5 years, do you think the same land and building what you have purchased for 10 lakhs will go for the same value or more than that? Of course, more than that, because there are plenty of reasons. One of the reasons can be the scarcity of the resources, the value of the land, the time value of money, right? These are the basic reasons you need to understand. Fine. So capital growth, it always aims towards appreciation of the investment what you have made. Fine. And the next one is stability of income. What is stability of income? Yes, this is again one of the the major characteristic feature of the investment, that is there should be a stability of income. What does it talk about? See, stability of income, it usually looks for the different path just as security of principal amount is nothing but the capital what you have invested, right? Every investor considers the stability of monetary income. It's nothing but, in simple terms for you guys to understand, it's nothing but the constant return that you should get out of your investment. Clear? Stable is nothing but the constant. I have made so much of amount as a return this year, then for the continuous, for the succeeding years, I need to get the same. There should be no fluctuation. Always I need to have that guarantee on the stability of income. If I'm going to invest in project A, I have three proposals: project A, project B, project C. If I'm able to invest only in project A, then I have to study upon the the pattern of investments. If I pour money in this, what's the return am I going to get? Will it be stable? Will it be constant? I'm not talking about the increase or decrease in the return. I'm talking about the constant, the stable return. I should be able to get it. Clear? The next one is the last one. The last feature is tax shelter. What is this tax shelter is all about? It talks about the kind of what is the benefit you are going to get keeping the aspect of tax. You have basically three types. One is initial tax benefit, and second one is continuing tax benefit, third one is terminal tax benefit. What does initial tax benefit talk about? See, it's a kind of a tax relief which is enjoyed by the investor at the time of making the investment. At the time of when you want to make the investment, you have made a mindset, today I want to make the investment. At that time you need not pay the tax. There is a benefit at the time of making the investment initially. This is nothing but the initial tax benefit, where the tax relief is enjoyed by the investor at the time of making the investment. This is point 1. Point 2 is continuing tax benefit. What does it talk about? It represents the tax shield, fine, that which is associated with the periodic returns from the investment. If you have made 10 lakhs of rupees investment, on that you would have to as per the tax slab rates, you will undergo with the tax shield. What's the slab rate you need to pay on that? So you have to see, and periodically you have to return the file. You have to pay the tax based on the return what you have made upon your investment. This is nothing but the continuing tax benefit, where it is associated with the periodic returns from the investment. I'm talking about the investment, the return what you have made out of the investment. It is associated with the periodic yearly terms. Clear? Then the last one is terminal tax benefit. What does terminal tax benefit talk about? See, it's a kind of a relief from the taxation, when the investment is realized or when it is liquidated. If I have to quote an example, the withdrawal from a public provident fund account, right? This is not subjected to the tax. All right.